Hello and welcome to Mrs. or MRS, standing for Military Reporting Specialists. Today we'll be discussing the servicemen. Before we start, we should explain what exactly a serviceman is. A serviceman is someone who is drafted into the military. I should probably also explain what the word draft means. A draft is when someone is engaged to join the armed forces. Due to the war the world is currently experiencing, the United States is in need of able-bodied soldiers. Although 6 million men and women volunteered to join the military, the military still needs more able-bodied men, so they drafted any able-bodied men from ages 18 to 30. These men who were drafted were soon given the nicknames GIs, due to the term government issue. But fear not, for the GIs are given nothing but the best equipment possible. They are also given equipment and clothing for each climate and occasion. Many GIs hope for alternative jobs, some of which are officer training schools and other vocations such as language translation and healthcare. Here I have Elsie, with a woman whose husband is off at war. Elsie?
Here I'm interviewing Miss Kimberly Jimenez. How are you today, Miss Kimberly Jimenez?
A little chill.
How do you feel about your husband being at war?
It's very depressing being able to get home and not see him at the table like we used to before he went to war.
So you eat dinner by yourself now?
With my cat.
Yeah. Have you received any letters lately from your husband?
Yes, I have. I have received quite a few, and he told me he gets homesick lately a lot, and it's not really good for him because the vitamins and the medicine, they run out, and he just feels sick for days and days, and he told me he misses me a lot.
Okay, how does your husband being at war affect you economically?
It affects me economically because I have to find a job now, and before he was supporting me, so now I have to go out and look for a job, which is not easy, and there's so many people out there looking for a job right now. So I have competition, and I don't really have the skill for everything out there, so it's going to be harder for me to find one.
So thank you, Ms. Jimenez, for taking a few minutes to answer a couple of questions regarding your husband being
You're welcome.
at
You're going to
war.
make me cry. Please.
Thank you. Back to you, Tyler.
Thank you, Elsie. The GIs do not get much free time or entertainment. Their only link to their home during these crucial times of war are letters to and from home. In these letters, they get heartfelt hellos, goodbyes, and talks from their friends and family at home. They often memorize these letters and receive them to gain encouragement and resolve so that they can get home safely or unharmed. Although our GIs are trained and supplied, they are still human just like you and I. They are experiencing the harsh traumatizations that war breeds. These brave men deal with this daily and have absolutely nothing but the highest, utmost respect for me. Now to you, Bobby.
Thank you, Tyler. Now we're going to be discussing the lives of these servicemen. These men live lives at both boredom and high stress. These men live at various military outposts, some of which are just quickly converted to buildings. These also have to do chores, much like you listening at home. They are responsible for chores such as mopping, laundry, washing dishes, hauling garbage, and mending uniforms. Homesickness occurs oftenly to the soldiers. One GI quoted, "It would be nice to get home and stretch my legs under a table full of mother's cooking. But all I want to do is beat these Nazis so we can get all those jobs." Now here we have Elsie with the nurse on a medical base. Elsie?
Okay, and I'm here on scene at the military medical facility interviewing Miss Heather. Hi, Miss Heather, how are you today?
Pretty good.
How does it feel to have your boyfriend fighting at war and you being a nurse here?
It's very depressing, but it feels good when I get the mail from him because mail's the huge impact on me right now because getting those letters, I know how much he misses me, and being here helping people just makes me feel good.
You see men coming in and out of the hospitals. Do you ever feel like your husband might come in through the doors one of these days?
Yeah, it really scares me because he's out there and I just don't know where he is sometimes, and I could just see him being carried in injured or possibly dead, and it's very scary.
Is there any time you get sick because of seeing the men?
Sometimes, yeah.
From all your friends that have boyfriends fighting in the war, are any of your girlfriends here working as nurses also, or just you?
As of I know, it's just me, but I know my friend really wanted to come and work.
Is your boyfriend fighting at war also, or no? Okay. Thank you, Ms. Heather, for taking your time and answering a few questions. And back to you, Bobby.
The soldiers experience harsh lives due to the constant fighting taking place. In between the chores and little amount of free time they were practicing for war. The men are trained harshly in turn. They are turned into effective soldiers. The fighting hardened the GIs. Many believed that the GIs wouldn't be greatly affected by the war. They are wrong. It is impossible to fight and not be affected. Having to deal with the war changes a person. These men will have a difficult time returning home and having to deal with the regular American life again. Now here's a word from one of our sponsors.
Hello, are you unable to whistle? Are you tired of the wasted effort? Well, try getting an ocarina. An ocarina is a small musical instrument that resembles a recorder. This is a 12-hole tenor sweet potato ocarina. It's made of state-of-art plastic. Its beautiful sound entrances any ears that hears its magical melody. Just simply place your fingers over the holes and blow into the mouthpiece to play the note.
Alright. What a beautiful commercial. Well, alright, we are done with our show now. So, you have now learned what a serviceman is. Well, since we're done here, I think it's time to sign off, Bobby. Thank you. Till again, goodbye and have a good life.
Goodbye.